everyone. This is the Crimson Cure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen.
We're A-Game, a 100% Black-owned company with an all-natural product and world-class customer service. We're headquartered in California, and we manufacture, package, and ship right here in the United States. We ship to more than 125 distributors worldwide. Normal processing is 2 to 3 days, and we employ virtual tracking until our product is received. So, no matter where you are in the world, here we come, and we're bringing your A-game.
Hey! Hey, everybody! How we doing? We doing all right? My Crimsonites enjoying a Friday. Who we got in here? We got Father's Time. We got Demetrius. What up, Demetrius? I had to. Y'all remember that meme? What's that guy name that do the voiceover? Kerwin. What up, Demetrius? Oh, well, I don't know why all his little people was Demetrius. Hey, C. Hey, Dr. Michelle. Hey, Batcave. We got Kalila. We got Malika. We got Miss Sherry. We got Emma Masters. We got Audrey. We got Felicia. How's everybody doing? So I'm taking a break from beautiful nails. I mean, well, they still pretty. They just natural. Just don't have no color on them. Because they was getting weak because the gel likes to peel up. And that's not how gel nail is supposed to come up. So it takes a little tiny layer of nail off when it does that. So my nails are starting to get weak. Like, you know, sensitive nail beds. And I don't have that problem. So I went and got me some Sally Hansen. Y'all remember Sally Hansen? The clear, the nail hardener. Your nails be like pieces of stone after you put that on your nails. I finally stopped being lazy and trifling and went and got another water filtration system. Hey, Water Sniper. Hey, Anime. A water filtration system. Instead of buying gallons of water, because the water got shut off the other day, and then they came and cut it back on. It was like a problem with a pipe, and then the landlord called the water back on. And when I tell you what was coming out of them pipes, before you clear them pipes, I was like, I gotta go to the stove ASAP and get a water filtration thing that you put on your faucet. They done upgraded them. I used to have one a few years back, but they was kind of janky. They worked, but the make of them was kind of bad. It was kind of bad. And then I didn't want a picture because I didn't want anything in the refrigerator that I had to deal with. Hey, Truth As I Know. Hey, Ronan. Hey, Ryan. So I just got the one that go on the faucet, just twist on the faucet. They've made them much less complicated now. They used to be complicated. I don't know why they were so complicated, but now they're super easy. Just pop the filter in, screw it into the faucet, bam. It wasn't, you know, just like untenable, because Chicago has reasonable tap water. In Chicago. Now, don't go to the suburbs or out into them little counties. Don't go out there drinking no water. But if you're in Cook County, we actually got a decent water purity in Chicago. It's not that bad. It's actually, you don't really taste it. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Samuel. Hey, Sheep. You don't really taste it. But you can taste the difference if you drink filtered or purified water. I got a pure double C. I used to deal with Brita, but I didn't like the way Brita filtered water. I didn't think it filtered it well enough. So I got a pure this time. So I was giving people a little while to get in here. I got 58 wonderful Crimsonites. Can I go ahead and get 58 likes? Y'all don't like the way I'm asking? We're going to be cute. We're going to ask and be cute. The Bishop. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. The Bishop. Malika. Ooh, a yay for Malika. That is so awesome. So the keto journey is doing great. I went from 261 to 216. By the end of this summer, my goal is to be at 2. Thank you for your guidance. And I was more than happy to give you some good counsel about that. Cause you know me, I'm gonna do the keto diet, okay? You might cheat it sometimes. I cheated it after Ramadan. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got a sugar craving, but I'm gonna hold on. Because I don't know where the sugar craving is coming from because I don't eat sugar. But I'm not gonna say a sugar craving, I'm craving something sweet. What I eat in a day, I eat 1 meal a day. You want me to? And it sometimes it's the same thing. I might do a quick something like that if people are interested, Felicia. But typically, like for the last couple of days, I have been eating a Caesar salad, which is it's less than a Caesar salad. It's really just romaine, cut up romaine, heart. And I sear a couple of small pieces of ahi tuna fillets and put that on top of it. I boil like 2 eggs, cut that up over it. I've taken to putting some slivered almonds on it. And then I drizzle that with olive oil. And I put a little salt, a little pepper. And I take a few pieces of Gouda. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it Gouda or Gouda? I don't know how to pronounce it. That's ghetto stuff. Pronounce and how you pronounce.
Gouda.
Gouda. I was wrong on both counts. Gouda. So Gouda cheese. Why did I what are you? Anyway, I'll take a few pieces of Gouda cheese. Y'all laughing at me? And that's for my fat intake. Because I have to eat some fat. Because keto is not only a low carb, it's a high fat. So you kind of got to up your fat content that you're eating. So I try to deal more with non-dairy fat by consuming coconut cream, which has a high amount of fat. So it gives me the fat content without giving me dairy. Although I don't have anything necessarily against dairy. I'm not lactose intolerant or anything. But it's just kind of better sometimes to just eat as much fat as you can without going to dairy for it. So I take Gouda, a couple of pieces of Gouda cheese, and eat that along with my salad. And then I drink a protein drink, and that's my dinner. That'll be like my dinner to the next day. If I want to get more, I'll make like spaghetti. And my pasta is edamame. It's made out of edamame beans. I don't like soy. I try to stay away from soybeans. That doesn't really have anything to do with keto. I just don't like eating a lot of soy products. So if you are a vegan and you don't eat meat, but you are eating meat substitutes, but you don't like soy either, A good alternative meatless substitute is Beyond Beef, or not Beyond Beef, Beyond Meat. That brand, Beyond Meat, is awesome. Those burgers are awesome. You fry that burger up, you can't tell. Like, you have to eat it by itself to be like, oh, this isn't a piece of meat. But even by itself, it's such a good meat replacement, you can eat it by itself. The ground meat is very good too. It's not made out of soy. There's no soy, no gluten. It's made out of pea protein. So it's actually really good. It's really good. Can you eat beans on keto? In a very limited amount. Depends on the bean or other legume. I'm having problems with my word pronunciation today. Legume. Okay, I wasn't that bad. Legume. It depends. Like, lentils don't have a lot of carbs. It has a good fiber to carb ratio. So you can kind of eat maybe a serving of like lentils or something like that. But I don't deal with beans now at this point. And I actually like beans, because I can cook you a heck of a pot of pinto beans with some lamb in it. Do you understand the words that is coming out of my mouth? If I hook you up with a pan of cornbread, a pot of pinto beans, and boil some lamb and put the lamb in there, do you know you will not get up from that bowl? You understand that? And don't make me cook black-eyed peas. Don't make me cook black-eyed peas, cornbread, fried chicken, and yams. Don't make me cook that. Don't make me do that to you. So I likes me a good bean and a good pea. I really do. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. I didn't have problems with that with edamame. Malika said keto forever. Please give a show on healthy eating and cooking. If you can help me, definitely help other brothers and sisters. Iron sharpens iron. You know, and then I have some other people in my real life that's like, you should do a separate channel where you talk about keto and talk about food and talk about cooking and things like that. But see, a lot of my cooking, I've learned how to cook in a keto way that tastes really good. But I have not forgotten the non-keto way to cook food. And yes, a sister can throw down in the kitchen. Especially, I know everything. I got my favorite pans. Because you know a woman can cook when she got favorite pans. That's how you can tell a woman if she cook. Be in her house and ask her what's her favorite pan. If she like, she don't cook. If she don't know, she don't cook. I got favorite pans. I know which pan do what, how hot it can get, whether I can fry something in it or I got to saute something in it. See what I'm saying? And a woman can cook when she invests in good pots and pans. If she got them little rickety pots and pans, a whole set from Walmart costs her $14.99. She don't know how to cook. Okay? She don't know nothing about no cooking. You get a woman that actually have good pots and pans, that means she know what she doing. If she don't got no cast iron nowhere in that set, you might have to side eye her. If she young, she might not know about cast iron, so you might have to teach her that. But if she got a good pot set, stone or really good stainless steel, your pot and pan set can't cost no less than about $60, $70. No less than $60 or $70 for a decent pot and pan set. Ladies, listen up. No less than about $60, $70 for a decent pot and pan set. Okay, the brands that you're looking at are Cuisine Art. You want a good Cuisine Art. Oneida, Oneida, Oneida. is a good set. And you can get fiberware, but not the cheap Walmart fiberware. You gotta go and get real fiberware so you can have a good pot and pan set last you. Okay? Get you at least one 10-inch cast iron skillet. Okay? Have that. You don't really gotta do a whole, don't leave your iron, it is iron. You don't leave them soaking in water, and you gotta season an iron skillet. That means when you get through cleaning it, you dry it if you had to use water, and you oil it. You take a little bit of olive oil on your fingers and you go around it and you leave it. Leave it in the stove, leave it on top of the stove. Over time, cast iron skillets will become non-stick. They age to cook better over time. So a cast iron skillet that's 10 years old, if you took care of it, will cook better than the day you bought it. And that's enough on that. Yeah, Xavier, if you're a woman that can cook, you can't cook in no cheap pot and pan. Your food will be so nasty and burnt. It'll cook unevenly and potted. You understand why you can't boil water without scorching it. It's because your pan bad. You using them little Walmart pans. Can't nobody use no Walmart pan. Get no cooking done. If she ain't got a big slotted stainless steel spoon, she ain't doing nothing. See what I'm saying? But anyway. What are we talking about today? We waiting on black women to be out of order. Where did that come from? Put a 1 in the chat if you are aware of the Fresh and Fit podcast and the hyena that was on there being a hyena. Put a 1 in the chat. I don't know why nobody was surprised. He had a few hyenas in there. And they was acting like hyenas. They did what hyenas do. So put a 1 in the chat if you saw that. Oh yeah, while y'all put 1s in the chat. Ladies, if you want to cook, you cannot do without a knife set. Chicago cutlery. Higher end fabriware. Don't get the cheap ones. Higher end fabriware. Okay? Chicago cutlery, higher end fabriware. That's what you can get out of the department stores if you're not going to a culinary store where they have other brands, better brands of knives, just a house cook. Don't get them colorful sets and it's green and purple. Don't do that to yourself. Stainless steel, handle and blade. And if you really want to go old school but high end, wood handle, blade. Anyway. Ronan Silly talking about it was an 8.8 on the Dander scale. It sure was. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is because we gonna cook the hyenas. Never let it be known that we not gonna cook a hyena. Dr. Michelle said, but that's right though, sister. She said, don't forget the best tool in cooking, love. Because you don't care about what you cooking, it tastes like it. But if you care about what you're cooking and how people gonna enjoy it and things of that nature, you really take your time with the seasoning and you watching it and you cleaning up as you cook. All that nasty kitchen stuff while you cooking, that's not gonna work. You got to clean as you cook. Keep wiping your counter down. You know, quit putting your vegetables where your meat was just sitting. You don't want to do that. Don't get me started on none of that stuff. Fear to None, thank you for the super chat. And let's see, somebody else gave me a super chat as well that I think I overlooked. Ebony Knight, I didn't overlook it, I answered it, but thank you so much. Okay, so like I said, never be said that we're not gonna cook a hyena, but I want to go deeper than just ranting and raving about her behavior. Now, the first issue is that she should not have been there. Now, if I've just become aware over the last couple of months of the Fresh and Fit podcast. I had never watched them before, but apparently they like to have hyenas in a space. They like to have these salacious little hyenas all around them, kicking up dirt with their back feet and fluffing them little feather dusters up all around their nose. You know, it's a lot of hyena dander in the air, you know, all kind of stuff, you know, spark your allergies up. So they like to have these little dusty, dirty little hyenas in the space because they want to talk to them and they want to be around these hyenas. They want to be, because the hyena can't come there if you don't invite her. So you inviting her into the space. But what you don't understand is that she's not just a cute little hyena and you think that she's supposed to act a certain way when she get around you. Hyenas are gonna do what hyenas do. And the main thing that hyenas like to do is to antagonize lions. Now you can determine whether or not you think the hosts of Fresh and Fit are lions or not. I'm not here to debate that. But I'm trying to flesh out for you the behavior and the mindset of a hyena. All that she do is go through the Serengeti plains and tease other predators because that's what she does. Hyenas are antagonistic. That's where all that cackling come from. All right? It's not a mistake that their vocalization sounds like a laugh, because they do taunt. But the first thing, she should not have been there. But we have to go back as to why she's there. Let's be honest. They want the hyena there because she's a hyena. They want the out of control female there because she has that element of that chaos that you trying to see. Can you contain it? Can you do something with it? Can you be the one that tame the hyena? Not without a proper system, order, and structure, not without leadership, not without a man understanding the vetting process of the 4 T's, nor understanding his personal 4 P's. Now, y'all have heard me say 4T, 4P. For the newcomers who don't exactly know what I'm talking about, the 4 T's are time, toll, as in a toll road payment, toll, trouble, threat. And these are 4 categories that men utilize, or they should utilize, to properly vet the women in their space. Whether these women are going to be friends, lovers, whatever these women are going to be. The 4 P's are something that is innate to his nature. And these are the things that he gives to the people around him. Not only women, but he'll give it to people around him who, you know what I'm saying, he can give these things to. Namely, provision, his foresight. It's not only women that can benefit from his foresight, but other men. Because if he has better foresight than other men, he can give other men his foresight. His problem solving is not just for women. He uses it for himself. And if there are men or boys around that need his ability to problem solve, he will give it to them. Protection is not just only for women. He protects himself. And if there are weaker men, maybe men who have some physical handicap or something like that, vulnerable men, I should say, rather than weaker men, vulnerable men, boys, children, things of that nature, he'll give his protection to that. The only thing that's reserved for the women only is the procreation part. Okay? The procreation part. That is reserved for the women for obvious reasons. Okay? So that part is part of his nature. All right? So I just wanted to make sure that everyone understood what I'm talking about when I say 4 T's, 4 P's, because that's how I'm going to refer to those concepts. Thank you, Bishop. So this is some good teaching. Hit the like button. Hashtag I love the A-game lifestyle. We certainly do. Definitely love the A-game lifestyle. So, let's be clear about why the hyenas are there. The hyenas get invited places because of their salacious natures. They have chaos energy that is very obvious and very potent. They have a sexual energy that is also very obvious and very potent. Because of this, they make sure that they are physically, visually appealing because that is their draw. Okay? Somebody put in the chat earlier why they so fine. Because they are anglerfish. I know I'm using a lot of animal comparisons, but it's like the anglerfish. The anglerfish catches who all knows how the anglerfish catches? Put a 1 in the chat if you know how anglerfish catch their prey. Thank you, Chris Brooks. Anglerfish catch their prey. First of all, anglerfish reside in the darker parts of the ocean. And you know that an animal resides in the darkest parts of the ocean when they can produce bioluminescence. So the anglerfish has a small rod, and on the end of it is a bioluminescent ball, piece of flesh there. It's a light. And the fish can dangle it like fishing, like a fishing rod, like a fly. Okay? So other fish are attracted to the light that he's dangling. Only when they get close enough to the light does it shine on the ugly visage of the anglerfish itself. The anglerfish is an ugly fish. It is not a pretty fish. There's nothing cute about the fish at all. It has these huge teeth. Okay, it's a hideous fish, and it is an obvious predator. But you don't know that until you get right close up on that dangling piece of bioluminescence, and then at that point, the other fish is too close to get away from the jaws of the angler. And that is how an angler catches prey. The hyena does a similar thing. Due to her sexual appeal, that is the bioluminescent little dangle. And it attracts men because of the procreation part of him. Okay? Thank you, Ebony Knight said the big ones are the females, Norbit. So, because they don't have marital market value, their personal market value is very low. Their belonging market value very low. Their friendship market value very low. They must make sure that their sexual market value is very high. Very high. Okay? Y'all clowning in this chat. I see you, but I gotta ignore you. So now let's take a look at this woman. She cute. She was cute. I ain't gonna say she was just fine, but she was a cute woman. But that was only the physical part of her. Right? She's an OnlyFans girl. What does that mean? She's an online sex worker. And I've said this before on my channel, but I may have to reintroduce some of these concepts, especially as tied to the 10 life values, so forth and so on. But for a woman to be an overt, full-time sex worker of any kind, thank you, JLJ. Thank you, Ray. Says salute, keep cooking them. Double M, A game fam. You know it. Okay, so for a woman, a female, to be an overt sex worker, for a female to be an overt sex worker, there is something broken in her vessel. And her vessel contains those 5 things: personal market value, belonging market value, friendship market value, sexual market value, marital market value. These are the 5 main components of a woman's vessel. Okay? When these things, or one or more of these things, are broken, she has a broken vessel. And when I say broken, I mean she doesn't know how to repair it, does not seek to repair it, or she seeks to repair it in destructive ways. She has adopted destructive coping mechanisms to make up for what she's missing. All right? So it takes a certain kind of woman to be a sex worker. Every female can't do that. Contrary to popular belief, every female can't just do that. You gotta have something missing in yourself as a woman that will allow you to consistently and always deal with these other men and a bunch of different men on these different transactional sexual levels. Because women of value that have these 5 things in order can't do that. These are the women that can't be sex workers. because it takes a certain emptiness or brokenness of your vessel to even allow yourself as a female, because it actually goes against our natures. So you got to have something broken. You got to have something broken. Something's got to break. And more often than not, if one of those things are broken, what it does is it is typically not fixed due to a reversed value system that does not see to her issue. She can't see to her issue because her value system is upside down. Okay? Her value system is upside down. The only other time that a woman can engage in it is purely for survival. Purely. Black Baron has said if it goes against female nature, why is it the oldest profession? Most of it's except if we're talking about now, which glorifies it. In history, all up until this modern point, any woman that was a sex worker, she was the lowest woman on the totem pole of women, period. She was the lowest woman. That was not anything that a sex working woman was ever proud of. She was never proud of that. And they still were broken women. Even if we look to the movies and we look to like the Westerns. Westerns are time period. They're period pieces, really. Movies taking place in the 1800s and things of that nature. The whorehouse was full of broken women. That's why they were there. Women who didn't have any families, women who didn't have any support systems, women who had been through the ringer and couldn't cope. She can't be a wife. She can't. So she ends up in the brothel, where at least she can eat something and have a roof over her head. But she's broken. She's broken. And the same thing is true, even though they praise sex workers now, she's still a broken woman. Still a broken woman. That's what makes it outside of our nature, because we're not born broken. Something breaks us. Usually something in our environment will do it. But that's going down the rabbit hole. Let's go back. So this woman on the Fresh and Fit podcast is a sex worker. She's the OnlyFans girl. So she's got a certain mindset. She's got a certain energy about herself, and she immerses herself in certain environments around certain people. She usually deals with Jonathans and or pimps. Okay? Now this one, I don't know if this one had a P over. This one looked like she might have been a renegade. But renegade or no, she's used to dealing with men in just a couple of different ways. As a gynocrat and a hyena, she is not going to acquiesce to male authority for the sake of male authority. Because as a gynocrat, it is part of her value system to challenge male authority in general and black male authority specifically. Okay? It is part of a hyena's value system to challenge all male authority, but specifically to challenge black male authority. This is a badge of honor for her. She doesn't deserve her rank as a hyena if she don't do that. So inviting her into a space and then thinking you're going to be able to contain the trouble, and we'll get to that, and thinking you can handle the threat of her is a mistake. The only way that a man can even possibly have a woman like that in his space is through having a system, order, and structure, a value system that is strong, and leadership that is strong, because that way he controls his space no matter who's in it. And she would be forced to either deal with how he's controlling his space or leave his space. The only two things. Because see, a man with good leadership, foresight, SOS, he knows that you can't light a quarter stick of dynamite and not expect it to explode completely. You can't light a stick of dynamite and hope only half of it blow up. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. If you gonna light the fuse on a stick of dynamite, be prepared for the whole stick to blow up. Just hope you ain't holding it or somewhere goofy and close to it when it do. But unfortunately, these hyenas get invited to places and it's hoped that they're going to behave. The problem is that you invite trouble and then wonder why trouble is here. That woman knew that, I think it was Myron was the one she slapped. She knew that he didn't have what it took to make her settle down. Because make no mistake, hyenas like that have to be forced. They are not like other women. It's like 80% of them. They are not like the 20% of women that actually understand authority and respect it. The 80% of hyenas always get a bunch of attention, and then everybody trying to figure out why is dust everywhere, why feather dusters is everywhere, why all they hear is a bunch of cackling and laughing, why all they feel is a bunch of hyenas running around, because you're over there in the boneyard trying to wrestle up hyenas. Why? You know that they're going to cackle and kick up dust and bite. They're going to bite you. They're going to attack you. They're going to gang up and they're going to attack. That's what hyenas do. So inviting them to your space, thank you, Kalanjikala, inviting them to your space and hoping they won't be hyenas with you is a critical mistake. And we mustn't allow ourselves to be beguiled by cakes. She got a big butt, she got a little waist, she got a cute face. Okay. All right. What is that worth? Is she worth your time? See, this one wasn't worth the time of the interview and being on the podcast. She wasn't worth that kind of time being invested in her. She wasn't worth that. And the reason why she wasn't worth that is because her trouble and her threat exceeded her the value of the time. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna clarify it, but I'm hoping that people are following me. And see, this is even the problem with the whole pump and dump thing. Because many times she's not worth the time it takes to pump. And before you can dump her, she can bring a threat to your door and bring you some trouble you don't want to deal with. So the allure of getting with these, Megan Thee Stallion looking chicks and these, back in the day, Nicki Minaj looking tricks and, trying to get next to these, IG looking chicks, constantly constantly in awe of these chicks. Then you get what you get. They're not going to magically behave just because they're around you. Who are you? That's what she's thinking in her mind. Who are you? You don't tell me what to do. You don't run me, buddy boy. Who gonna check me, boo? You ain't got what it takes to check me. And unfortunately, they didn't have what it took to check her because she proved it by being uncheckable in that space. See, what they, meaning the host of the show, didn't do properly was vet. Is she worth any time being spent to get these conversations? Because let's just be real. I'm a sidebar for a minute. See, it's not just having conversations to see the mindsets of these chicks. These are conversations had with these women by dudes that wouldn't be able to have a conversation with these women in any other circumstance other than that. And this isn't a knock to those men. I want to be very clear. They are using the platform to get next to women that they can't get next to outside of it. But the kicker part is they need to be glad they don't get next to them kind of women, because you have to go to certain environments to deal with her, to find her in her natural habitat. You gotta go to the boneyard, and some men are not built for the boneyard. I'm trying to figure out why you even go to the boneyard like that. Only other male hyenas regularly are in the boneyard. But you are smitten by Big Booty Keisha. And then you want to know what's on her mind. Nothing. How to run your pockets. That's what's on her mind. Because you a mark. In her eyes, you're a mark. You're a Jonathan. Let's take a look at the 4 P's. The 4 P's are provision, problem solving, protection, and procreation. I ain't forget them this time. Right? And these are 4 things that every woman look for in a man. But we don't look for them things in every man. So let's just take a look at that. That girl was not looking for those guys to give her provision, nor problem solve for her, nor protection, nor procreation. She wasn't looking for any of them things. So she had nothing to bow down to. There was nothing in her mind to acquiesce to. Cause you ain't gonna take nothing from me. Cause I don't want nothing from you. So what you gonna do? I'll knock all this stuff off the table. What you gonna do? And she was knocking stuff off the table. Like, what you gonna do? And she said that. She's like, I hit you and you ain't gonna do nothing. What you gonna do? So he wasn't able to bring her underneath anything because he didn't have nothing that she wanted. Okay? He didn't have nothing she wanted. The procreation would have had to come at a price. But she was not attracted to him just off GP. No. He had to pay her. He had to be a Jonathan. And Myron is not accustomed. You could tell by the way he handled her that he's not accustomed to, like Anime said, he's scared of a hyena. He's not accustomed to what she do. See, that one, she wasn't acting outside of the norm for her. She was doing what she do. She was going to do that whether the cameras was rolling or not. It's just that the cameras was an extra incentive to kick up extra dirt and act a fool. Okay? Now she can go viral for slapping him and blah, blah, blah. See, that don't, in her mind, that's not bad. That's not a bad thing. In her mind, she challenged the chump and won. See what I'm saying? She bit him in his house and won. That's how she viewed that. That's how she viewed that whole situation. I guarantee you she don't view herself in a negative light in that situation at all. She yucking it up and laughing it up with other hyenas about that. That's funny to her. I bet she got outside that door and just died laughing. Okay? Because I've watched hyenas do that. I've watched them do that. But he ain't built for her. He's not equipped to even handle her in the small span that he was handling her. Because he wasn't handling her. That's the whole thing. He wasn't handling her at all. Because she was already disrespectful during the discourse. And she just it was too calm for her. See, these kind of gynocrats like that escalation of chaos. They like it. Just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Because it's fun to her. That's fun. It's not fun to sit and have a rational conversation where nobody gets angry and drinks don't get thrown and a fight don't break out. See, that's not fun to her. The fun for her is the chaos and all the things that could possibly happen due to the chaos. Okay? The only time that kind of chaos ain't fun to her is if she gets on the bad end of it. Then, she gonna be crying and boo-hooing and trying to figure out why somebody gonna do something to her. But as long as that's not the case, it's fun. Thank you, Ray. Say, man, she would have been tossed out Fresh Prince of Bel-Air style with Jazzy Jeff that day over here. Exactly. So she was very comfortable with escalating over him, talking over him, because she disrespected him. She disrespected him. She challenging his manhood. And he's attempting to assert it, but the problem was that he had not vetted her properly. He didn't understand her level of trouble or threat. And she knew that. So he had not properly evaluated that she was not worth his time because she was there, taking up time. Because he had not properly evaluated that, he also did not properly evaluate the toll. I don't know if they pay their guests or not. But a large podcast like that might offer a few dollars to a guest. I don't know. But even if he didn't, she took a toll. Because he gonna have to pay to have some of that little equipment she messed up going out the door. He had to pay that. So there was a payment, there was a toll. . So she's understanding that he had not evaluated her properly for these two things, because if he had, he wouldn't have let her over there, and she know that. And he's not the kind of guy that could pose a threat bigger than her, where she gotta be like, let me tiptoe around this dude. I might do a little something, but let me sit back, because he might do a little something too. And his little something might be bigger than my something. I don't know. See? Then, because of the first two, he didn't understand what kind of trouble she was going to be. See, he thought he could contain whatever would happen in the studio. But what he didn't understand was the level of chaos that a hyena likes to go to. She'll take it right over there. She'll take it there. She don't care nothing about that. She don't care nothing about all that. See, because she figured, because he got to show, see, here's the problem with the trouble. He had something to lose and she didn't. See, that behavior wasn't going to make or break her. But she also knew that he has a podcast. This is her whole business here. He got cameras running and stuff like that. And yeah, it'll be nice viewings and stuff like that and all of that, unless he pop her. And number one, she figured he ain't the type of dude that'll pop me anyway. And number two, even if he could muster that up, he's not gonna want to lose the subscribership and be drugged through social media for hitting a woman, even if she hit him first. So he's not gonna do that. So his next recourse, if she don't leave, is to do what he did. I'm gonna call security. I'm gonna call security. She ain't feel no threat from the security, and now she has judged him as you one of these old F-19. You a B. You a itch. You a itch ninja. You ain't about that life, boy. Bye. She said, call him. Cause she like that kind of drama. Call him. That'll be something for her to talk about later in video and all that kind of stuff. She don't care. She had no care for that. Because she ain't got nothing to lose. Her OnlyFans subscription not going to go down. It might have went up. She ain't going to lose no money. And she ain't going to lose no sleep. There wasn't no shame to it. So, and she ain't had nothing to lose. She went right up to him and popped him dead in his face. You know, like Tony Baker be talking about them cats be doing the skibbity pap. So she went over there and skibbity pap right in his face. You know what I'm saying? Gave him a couple of skibbity paps. You see what I'm saying? And then, when the little security got there, she gave him a couple more skibbity paps. Hey, Alan, thank you. So, Kendra, it's been a minute. Yeah, thank you so much, though. I hope you've been doing okay, Alan. Thank you, Mr. Zeke and Revelator, for the cash outs. So she gave him a couple of little skibbity paps, and then that's when she got removed on up out of there, because she was trying to make an excuse as to not leave, talking about she want her waiver. Girl, boop, get out of the house. Boop, boop, bye. And this is the type of chaos. This is the type of trouble and threat. Okay? Because she doesn't mind the escalation. Because you lose when it escalates. This works in her favor. She know that. Because she know that with them cameras rolling, you're not going to hit her. With all them people in here, you're not going to hit her. You're not going to do anything. And calling the security and the police is something she do. So, boop, She don't care nothing about all that. And at the end of the day, she figured even with giving him some skibbity paps, if she come back around that at night, how many of y'all figure he'll still smash her? If she were to come back and say, boy, I'll let you, you know what I'm saying, give me, sure, give me a couple of dollars, I'll let you hit it. Hit it. Skibbity paps and all. Hey, Shaka. If she came back around that night or that next day, flaunting her butt and talking about, I'm sorry, boy, you had just made me mad, that's all. Sure, but I mean, if you got a couple of dollars, you could sure. What? I know you want, I know the way you was looking at me. I know you want this. I know you want this. I know. So quit playing. Quit playing. You don't want none of this? Why am I saying that? Because these hyenas know that a lot of guys, that's still their weakness no matter what they do to them. Oh, I know I sound like them. Alan grew up around them. Grew up around them. Thank you, T. Realist. And the words of Minister J, Fat A is the black man's God. To some, when you a Jonathan, when you don't have a good handle on the 4 P's, and you don't vet women according to the 4 T's properly, then that is. Now let's go over that. Let's deal with the 4 T's because they are connected to the 4 P's. So the P's and the T's is connected because one is what women have and the other one is what men have. So when we take a look at time, time is an intangible resource that men invest in women. Time is an intangible resource that men invest in women. Whether it be a little time or a lot of time, it doesn't matter. So when he's spending time with her, a man has to decide why he's spending time with her. Thank you, Wolf, said for the skibbity paps. So a man has to decide why he's spending time with her in the first place. Right? Is he just trying to smash? Is he trying to get to know her? Why is he spending this time? And due to the reason why, he has to determine whether she's worth this time. Depending on what he wants to get out of her. Is she worth the time? Is she worth the time it takes to smash? And if that's all that he wants. Is she even worth that? Because some chicks that's not worth that. Sad enough. And then he has to decide, is this a chick I'm really trying to get to know outside of smashing? right? So if it's outside of smashing, then I gotta try to see what her personal market value is, because this will determine whether or not we compatible, whether or not I like her outside of being physically attracted to her. So the time is connected to the concept of procreation, because he's spending time with her to smash, whether that's immediate or longer term. Okay? Because men are looking to get something for their time. Now the dude that's looking just to smash is only looking to get, some kitty cat for his time. But a man that's looking for a relationship wants the intangibles from her and the kitty cat for the time. So he wants the kitty cat for the time, and he wants her other personal market value, her other intangibles, the other things that make up who she is, her femininity and all of that. So he wants that out of her as well. So the time is connected to the concept of procreation. Now, when we get down to the toll is the tangible investment. So time was an intangible investment. Toll was a tangible investment. The money he's spending, right? Or the stress he's going under dealing with her. All right? A hyena like the one we are discussing is a tangible investment, but it's a debt though. It's not a good investment. This is a debt. She's gonna cost you, because she always wants something and she doesn't give anything or very little for this toll that you are paying. You and Jonathan. She know this. So her hand out. I want to go here. I want to go there. I want some money. I want bags. I want purses. I want shoes. I want clothes. I want my hair done. I want my nails done. I want to go on a trip. I'm going to bring my girl for the trip. All kinds of stuff, depending on the monetary level of the man. She become a liability to him. She's a debt. That's the toll. The toll is connected to a man's provision, the concept of provision, because it's a form of provision. It's a form of providing her something, right? Whether it's short term or long term, doesn't matter. He's trying to provide her something to get something out of her, even in the short term, right? Now, for a non-hyena, for a lioness, this is an investment, not a debt, because she's actually going to start giving you more than just, the kitty cat, because that becomes a foregone conclusion anyway in the relationship. So you're calling upon her to do more. If she's giving you her femininity, her insight, and all of these things that women are supposed to do, she's got good personal market value. She's got good belonging market value. She's got good friendship market value, and she's got marital market value. Then you actually want her around. It becomes an investment in her then, rather than a debt. It's like I want to provide stuff for her because she's giving me something that I want and need on an intangible level, and I'm willing to actually give her something tangible for that. Right? So the toll is connected to the concept of provision. Hey, Kinshasa. Now let's get to the trouble. Trouble is connected to this woman's level of chaos. And this woman had a lot of chaos. Not even all of which was released. Even what we saw, that was normal to her. To her, that was a normal amount of chaos. Now, every day it doesn't escalate to her hitting the dude, but this was like kind of normal. And it was fun to her as well. I'm telling you, when her friend got outside that door, she fell out laughing. She laughed all in the elevator. She was laughing at him. She was laughing at him and everybody else. Okay? She probably came back to see what the comments was and everything. So it's fun to her. She having a good old time with that. So it is connected to her level of chaos, right? This is connected to his problem solving, because a woman with a lot of chaos needs to be handled. Okay? A woman with a lot of chaos needs to be handled. She wants a man to fix it. Whatever it is, she wants him to fix it. Okay? Hey, AB. She wants him to fix it. She wants him to handle her. She wants him to contain her. That is a problem that needs to be solved. Right? So the trouble is connected to her level of chaos, and it is connected also to the concept of problem solving. And then last but not least is the threat. And the threat is a danger. Right? In this gynocratic society, the gynocracy has attached a certain level of threat to every woman, regardless of whether she would use it or not. I have a level of threat attached to me because we live in a gynocracy. And as a female in the gynocracy, I can pull that card at any time and cause a whole heap of trouble for some poor man. Not because that's something that I look to do, but with things like Me Too and the sensitivity of it all, and all this kind of stuff, you could just kind of lie on a guy and everybody believe you, that type of thing. The gynocracy has attached a certain level of threat to every woman. So if I get married and then get divorced, I can fleece the guy in divorce court and the court will be behind me because the gynocracy, even through social policy and through institutional policies, legal policies, have backed me up with that. So if I want to flip out, and go crazy, then I can go crazy and society will back me up. That's why women go crazy in a gynocracy, because they couldn't do that outside of it. Women can't do that outside of a gynocracy. They can't go crazy. They gotta simmer down, gotta calm down. Okay? Gotta knock it off. What you gotta do. But see, women don't want to knock it off because, I can be backed up. Now you gotta have a woman that's got some type of sense that doesn't think to employ that threat against her man, because that's just not what she wants to do. And the only time you get a woman like that is if her value system is such that she does not think to have that kind of threat or pull that card just because. So lionesses like myself and the ladies in the chat wouldn't think to just fleece a man just because I'm mad, just because our relationship didn't work and he made me mad. And I know the court will do it for me. No. But then again, our value system has to be proper, where my spiritual value come before the value of my wealth. So I would not sacrifice my principles to obtain wealth in a nefarious way. My spiritual value dictates that I must be fair. It dictates it, demands it. And me getting mad And then running to Zaddy, talking about, ooh, take all his money. I want half of everything, blah, 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 because he did this and he did that, yeah. All that kind of crazy stuff. That contradicts my spiritual value. I cannot obtain wealth by any means necessary. I cannot be amoral to obtain anything. Especially something like a couple of dollars. It's not enough. I can't sell my soul for this. Not only am I living by the 10 life value system, the spiritual value of Islam dictates certain things. For me personally. So I would not be able to face my Lord having done my brother wrong. Because even though him and I, something happened to our relationship and we're no longer together, I cannot then ruin him. Can't do it. Me being in my emotional bag is not an excuse. I don't get a pass for being in my bag. Exactly, see? And that's why the spiritual value is so important and why it's number one. Because before I'm accountable to any man or any authority of this world, me, Kendra, Crimson Cure, I am accountable to the Most High first. And if he ain't pleased with what's happening, it shouldn't be happening. So I ain't gonna be able to stand before the Most High talking about, well, he made me mad. And so you did what now? Okay. Gotcha. I hope you be mad right now. Cause I'm gonna make you mad. I'm gonna make you mad. I'm gonna make you double mad. I'm gonna give you a cake so you can be super mad now. So what I'm hoping is, I didn't finish the threat. I'm sorry. So the threat is the danger that she poses. So for example, if she is real masculine and she always jumping bad in men's faces, the threat is that you don't know she did that and some dude come for you because he know you be with her. You got to deal with some confrontation out of left field that you didn't even know was going on. The danger is that she's a thought. Right? The threat is you might catch that package from her. Because she always passing out that little box she got. It ain't exclusive. You think it's exclusive, but it ain't. The danger is she runs her mouth all the time and she doesn't know how to follow any direction, and she always getting you in a predicament where you gotta protect her honor. And threat is connected to a man's protection. She keep putting you in situations where it's like, what am I doing? You got me all over the place. But see, you only get to a woman that do that to you when you have not properly vetted her time and told. She wasn't worth your time to begin with. She definitely wasn't worth your money. I don't know why you spent it. So now you got trouble. Because when a hyena see that you ain't figured that out, oh, boy, I hurt you. I told y'all that. I have had Jonathans come to me with their wallet out. That just needed to be happy they had run into a lioness. And I'm really the woman I say I am. I have had to turn Jonathans around. Stop doing that. What are you doing? I just want to give you some money. You know, I just want to take you somewhere. You know, you're just so fine. And woo, I just want to spend. And it's like, you don't even know me. You don't know what I do to you. You have no idea. None at all. You're just coming over here trying to pay a toll. You don't know what I'm worth. But you done got a little figured out in your mind, I guess. Boy, if you don't put your wallet up, Jonathan. And don't tempt me, Frodo. And don't keep trying to pass me that money. I'll take it. Stop. Stop doing that. And I should hope that you don't do this every day, because you're going to run into a hyena. She's going to eat you alive. I'm being nice by telling you no. And I'm telling you why I'm telling you no. I'm trying not to eat you, because you food. You came up, you know, lions and hyenas eat the same food. Y'all realize that, don't y'all? Where's sheep screaming goat when you need it? Lions and hyenas eat the same food. So you coming over here as food. You got food stamped on your forehead. You smell like a steak. You seasoned up. You got your money out. You food. And the only reason I'm sending you away is because I'm doing one of these numbers. Go away. Go. Before I eat you. I'm being nice. You ran into a lioness. Go away. Take your wallet with you. Because you only got 3 times to, we like Peter, three times to deny you. I'm going to deny you 3 times. You come back that 4th time, I'm taking your money. And I'm going to thump you upside your head and tell you to leave me alone. Now you got, like I say, I deny you 3 times as the cock crow. I deny you 3 times. Now, only a fool become food, TD Teller. Because a man that know what's going on is not going to present himself as food. He's just not going to do it. He don't want to be eaten. Come over here because you figured I was a lioness and I was going to spare your life. I spared your life. I mean, but you you probably got a scratch going away. I don't know. The lioness is one of the most dangerous predators on the plane. I don't know. Thank you, Suave. So you're a blessing to you too. Thank you, sweetheart. We one of the most dangerous predators on the plane. I don't know what nobody talking about. Don't nothing on the Serengeti plane think we cute but that alpha male. He the only thing think we cute. And our cubs think we cute. Nothing else on that plane thinks that the lioness is cuddly. Nothing cuddly. We don't discriminate from male hyenas to female hyenas. We eat you. So, I hope everybody enjoyed. Because I certainly enjoyed myself today. I really did. And before we go, Father's Day is coming up. Father's Day. Boop. What y'all waiting on? Boop, boop. What y'all waiting on for Father's Day? So you don't want your man to be part of the A-Game family? You don't want that blood circulation? Come on. A-Game. You got to get on your A-Game. A-Game. You got to get on your A-Game. And there's only one way to get on your A-Game. You got to click in the description box and click the link for A-Game Herbal. And you got to get a 10% discount using the code Kendra10. That's KENDRA number 10. This is a male health solution. And it is herbal. It's safe for vegetarians. 21 herbs that help with a man's blood circulation, that helps with his overall health. So it's vitality, his energy, his strength, and of course, you don't get no blood circulation without the libido. So ladies, you gonna get a Father's Day present too. I know what you're waiting on. Be part of the A-Game family. Go in the description. Click the link. Get your discount. Come on. I want to thank everybody who contributed. I want to thank everybody who came through with the super chats. Everybody who came through with the cash apps. I got, y'all know my I don't know what's going on with Cash App, the app, but it's really janky and I have to refresh it just to see if anybody did. Okay, I covered all the Cash Apps. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming through, for chatting it up with me today. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.